Coco Gauff's dad breaks silence. Heartfelt update and thanks after. Jaw-dropping medical emergency. The tennis world stood still this week as news broke a sudden and frightening medical emergency involving Coco Gauff, father, mentor, and lifelong backbone of tennis superstar Coco Gauff. What began as a quiet family scare quickly escalated into a global wave of concern, prompting fans, players, coaches, and celebrities to send messages of hope. Until now, the Gauff family had remained silent. But today, Coco Gauff has finally spoken, and his emotional message is one that moved millions. This is the full, creative story of fear, faith, family, bonds, and gratitude surrounding a moment that shook the Gauff household to its core. The incident that shocked the tennis world. It happened suddenly. One moment, Coco Gauff was going through his usual morning routine. Coaching notes scattered on the table. Schedule. Reminders buzzing on his phone, and a mug of hot tea steaming beside him. The next moment, everything went silent. A faintness, a collapse, a terrifying rush. To the hospital. Coco, who was preparing for her training session, froze the moment she heard the news. Her heart pounded, breath caught in her lungs, and tears blurred her vision as she raced to the emergency room. No Grand Slam final had ever made her hands shake like this. No center court pressure had ever scared her so deeply for a girl who had grown up with her father by her side through every step of her journey. This was her worst nightmare. Doctors rushed, nurses moved quickly, machines beeped the Gauff. Family waited, social media exploded. Within hours of an unnamed family. Emergencies circulating online. But the Gauffs asked for privacy, and fans respected that. Still, the tennis community held its breath. A father's important role. More than a coach, more than a mentor. For Coco, Corey isn't just her dad. He's a steady force behind everything she has achieved. From her earliest days in tennis, Corey was there, feeding her balls when she could barely lift a racket, teaching her discipline and belief, mapping out her dreams when she was still too young to understand. Them whispering behind her ear, "You are enough," before every match. He built her confidence with patience, not pressure. He built her strength with love, not demands. And every journalist who ever asked Coco about her success would hear the same words. My dad believed in me before I believed in myself. So when he fell ill, Coco's world tilted. The ground beneath her shifted. Strength suddenly felt foreign. The night in the hospital, Coco silent. Prayer in the quiet, dim hospital room. Coco sat beside her father's bed. The same man who traveled with her to junior tournaments, who trained with her under blistering heat, who reassured her during losses and who celebrated joyfully during her wins. She held his hand tightly. She whispered something only he heard, and she cried not as a champion, but as a daughter. Her mother, Candy, stood behind her, rubbing her back with soft, comforting circles. The family united in fear, repeating prayers, remembering the countless sacrifices Corey had made for them. The hours were long. The uncertainty was painful. But morning eventually arrived with a whisper of hope. The doctors speak, a turning point. After multiple tests, scans, and consultations, the doctors delivered news that made the entire Gauff family collapse with relief. Corey was stable, out of immediate danger, expected to recover fully with rest and treatment. Tears turned from fear to gratitude. For Coco, it felt like winning 10 Grand Slams in one moment. For the Gauff family, it felt like witnessing a miracle. Still, they chose to remain silent. They wanted privacy. They wanted peace. They wanted Time to breathe, to process, to heal. But then came today, the day Coco Gauff finally decided to speak. Coco Gauff breaks his silence, a message from Heart in a short video released on social platforms and shared widely by fans and media outlets. Coco appeared, seated with a soft blanket wrap around him, a calm smile on his face. His voice was gentle but steady. His eyes were tired but warm, and his message powerful, emotional, unforgettable. First, I want to say I'm okay. God is good. This week reminded me how precious life is and how blessed I am to have my family, friends, and the love of so many people around the world. He paused, inhaling slowly as emotion caught in his throat. To everyone who prayed for me, who sent messages, who kept my family in your thoughts, thank you. You don't know how much your support meant during the scariest moment of my life. Then he spoke directly about Coco. To my daughter, Coco, you are my strength. Seeing you beside me in that hospital room gave me peace. You've always made me proud, but this week you show me what true love looks like. Coco later admitted she cried watching this part. Coco continued, I'll be taking time to rest, recover, and follow doctors' orders, but I promise you this. I'll be back courtside soon. I love the sport. I love watching Coco compete, and I'm not missing the next chapter of her journey. The video ended with a smile, one that made fans worldwide exhale with relief. Coco's response, a daughter's love in her own words. Minutes after her father's message was posted, Coco made her own emotional statement. She wrote, This was the hardest week of my life. Seeing my dad in a hospital bed broke me. In ways I can't explain, but God listened. Your prayers helped. My dad is safe. My heart is safe. She added a photo, her holding Corey's hand in the hospital room, a deeply intimate, raw, and vulnerable moment. Fans flooded her page. With love, the world reacts. An outpouring of support. Big names responded instantly. Serena Williams. Family is everything. Sending love and strength. Naomi Osaka. So glad he is. Okay, stay strong. IG Swatek. Wishing a full and healthy recovery. Shah Harry Richardson. God's not done with him yet. Blessings to the Gauff family. LeBron James. Respect and prayers, Corey. Even fans who rarely follow tennis shared messages of relief and admiration. The world had come together, not for a match, not for a trophy, not for a rivalry. What comes next for the Gauff family? For now, Corey is resting. Coco is supporting him. The family is united. Tennis takes a temporary backseat. But when Corey returns courtside and the moment will be emotional. Imagine the scene. Coco walking onto the court, her dad standing near the player, box hand over heart, tears in his eyes, crowded on their feet. A moment more powerful than any trophy ceremony. It will be a victory only love can create. A father's final promise. Near the end of his message, Corey spoke words that touched millions. Life is fragile, but love makes it strong. I'm blessed to have both. Thank you, all of you, for reminding me how loved I am. And with that, Coco Gauff didn't just break his silence. He restored hope, strength, and unity in the hearts of everyone who follows this remarkable family. The story of a family who never gives up. What happened this week is bigger than tennis. It's a story of fear, gratitude, healing, family bonds, faith, hope, love, and most importantly, resilience. Because if there is one thing the world learned through this emotional chapter, it is this. The Gauff family doesn't break. They rise together. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next